called as EIS. So more than me, no one can explain you the reason why students basically fail in these exams. Sir, 3 attempts. Sir, attempt number 1, I got 37. Attempt number 2, 31. Attempt number 3, 39. And after that, it took me almost 1.5 years to understand why exactly I'm going to study this subject. Sir, इसका reason क्या है? Why exactly are we going to study this subject? After understanding that, the reason behind this subject, I got 98 marks in IPCC IT, and I'm presently the gold medalist here. And again in CA final, ISCA was there, something called ISCA. It is an advanced version of IT. I got around 96 marks in ISCA. Again, the topmost marks in ISCA and the topmost marks in IT. I think from the time I started studying till now, no one has broken the record. And I expect some of my students to break this record. I don't know whether you'll be able to do or not, but I expect you to score good marks in EIS. But sir, why exactly students fail in this subject? What is the reason for failure? The reason for failure is mentality of the students. Simple. They think subject is difficult. उतना ही है. There is nothing much difficult. Normally, when students open this book, they'll only find something called theory. Simple. There are some of the reasons why students fail in exam. See, misconceptions. The first thing what you will hear from your seniors is this point only. The first thing what your seniors will tell you is that ICAI has introduced this subject to make students fail. The first thing what you think about EIS or IT, abba, मैं तो fail होना ही चाहिए. आपका I will fail. Simple. Next, sir, it is the least importance given to you by students. That is the more important point. Let us say, can you tell me the subjects which have started till now? Can you tell me some subjects which have already started?
Law.
Okay, costing.
Law.
Law.
SD.
Next,
FM.
EIS is there. FM is there. Tax has also started.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tax. Now, tell me, इसमें से सबसे ज़्यादा which subject you like? I hope you have 8 subjects, right? You have, I think, 8 subjects in your syllabus. Not even 8, 11 subjects. Accounts 1, accounts 2 you have, then FM you have, economics you have, they have what? Costing, you have EIS, you have SM. ऐसे करके you have almost tax में again you have 2 bifurcations, income tax, GST. Now tell me which subject you want to like, किस subject में you will feel more interested, which subject you like. Tell me one by one. First subject out of all these subjects, tell me one subject which you like most in general.
Accounts, sir.
Accounts. Next,
Echo.
again accounts 1, accounts 2. Next, your preference according to you. Accounts 1, accounts 2. After that,
Economics, sir.
economics. Okay, economics. Next,
Costing, sir.
costing. I know. The last position what will be EIS. So in simple words, see here, the least preference what students give is to which subject? EIS. They'll think, abba, कैसे भी fail होना ही चाहिए. Anyhow I will fail. Why to break my head and study? I will study for next attempt. That casual attitude, because of that casual attitude, students will give least importance. So the lesser you give importance to any subject, the least marks you will score in that subject. And they will think, sir, it is not related to CA course. It is not related to CA course. First of all, tell me, in this subject, what exactly you are going to study? What you are going to study in EIS? What to study? What to study in EIS? क्या पढ़ेंगे? What exactly you think will be there in our syllabus, according to you? What is this subject about? Is it about computers? Is it about something? What you think is there? The most important thing what students think here is, the student thinks here is, it's about computers. Clear? I repeat, sir might also have told you, and everyone might tell you, or you might also see, this is about computers. Sir, this is nowhere related to computers. What we are going to study in this subject is something about technology audit. Technology audit. Clear? I repeat, in this subject we are going to study about audit. I hope you already have one more audit subject in your syllabus that is completely different from what audit I'm going to teach you. That is financial audit. And in my subject, we are going to study something about technology audit. Clear? So we are not going to study anything about computers. We are only going to study about audit. But audit in a little bit different manner. Clear? No. So let us come back here. So Isme, before going into explanation of what we are going to study, first let me tell you what you're going to get. Clear? What you in my class? Simple. What you get in my class, this is very important. Sir, I will give you three things. Clear? Some things I'll give you in class. First one, what you get is class material. Clear? Class material. Clear? First thing what I'll give you is class material. Sir, I can challenge 1000% that, sir, every question what ICAI is going to ask in exam. I repeat, every question what ICAI is going to ask in your examination will be from my material. I can challenge 1000%. Simple. Every question what ICAI is going to ask in exam will be from my material. Simple. Clear? I have been, one more thing, I don't know whether you know or not, I am in teaching field. This is my 11th year in teaching. This is my 11th year in teaching. I've been teaching from last 11 years. Recently, I've completed 11 years in teaching. In my 11 years of teaching experience, I've never seen even a single question coming in ICI examination which is not there in my book. So I'm giving you 1000% guarantee that every question what is going to be asked will be from my material. Simple. So you can blindly trust my book. You need not worry. Normally what happens is ICAI has, you can say, multiple publications, study material. Clear? Study material is there. It will ask you to go through practice manual, and again revision test papers will be there of ICAI, mock test papers will be there for ICAI, suggested answers will be there, and it will also ask you to study reference material. Sir, for one subject, if you're going to study this much, I can challenge in next 1 year, you still won't be able to complete even one subject. So that is why what I've done is, I have not even one material, I repeat, not even one ICAI material you need to touch. Everything what is covered in ICAI is also covered in my material in a very, very, very simplified and user-friendly manner. Clear? So you don't study any other book except my book. Simple. If you are studying, then you will be responsible for your result. But if you study from my material, I will be responsible for your result. Number two. Clear? Number two. I don't know whether you are aware or not. In EIS, multiple choice questions will be given. Clear? Multiple choice questions will be given. For that, again, I have a separate MCQ material. Clear? It has around 600 MCQs. 600 multiple choice questions we will discuss in class. I'm not going to just blindly give it to you. We are going to discuss in class. After every chapter, we are going to discuss the MCQs related to that particular chapter also. Every concept what is there in ICAI material, every concept which is there in ICAI material is also covered in my book, MCQs book. When you go to ICAI website, you won't find any multiple choice questions there. So out of this 600 questions only, your questions are going to come. Again, I'm telling you, sir, every multiple choice question what is going to come in exam will come from my book only. Clear? Next two. Sir, for every question which doesn't come from my material, I repeat, for every question which does not come from my material, 100 rupees per question I'll give it to students if you prove that it is not from my book. That is what is the confidence what I have in my book, and I expect you also to have the confidence in the material. Clear? Materials will be issued to you by the management very soon. In addition to that, I will also give you revision kit. Clear? Revision kit. Normally, what students face problem is, especially in theory subjects, sir, one day before exam, they won't be able to revise the complete syllabus. That is the major problem what students faces. Sir, one day before the exam, how do we prepare such a big syllabus, that too such a difficult subject? For that, what I have done is, I have prepared a revision kit of 50 pages. I have prepared a revision kit of 50 pages. Sir, this revision kit will be given to you on the last day of your class. Clear? Now I will not give you last day of the class. I will give you the revision kit. And sir, this revision kit will help you in revising the complete syllabus of EIS in just 50 pages. You can say around 4 to 5 hours. Clear? So three things will be given to you. One is class material, one is MCQ book, and third one is revision kit. ये पूरा एक set we will give it to you. Clear? And you can blindly trust on the materials. And I can give you an assurance that every question which is going to be asked in examination will be from these materials only. Clear? Now, in addition to this, remember one thing, sir, practice is very important for EIS. Practice is very important for EIS. So for every concept, I will give you running notes. For every concept, I will give you running notes. So it is your wish. If you want to study from class material, you study, or whatever running notes I'm giving you, you copy that. You have to copy, no other option. You study from running notes. But sir, don't study class material and running notes both. Clear? So either study from class material or study from running notes, but don't study from both. Concept same rehta. Only thing is that the way of presentation will be different. Clear? So this is what you get in my class. Next. Sir, before going to syllabus, let us see what exactly is there in your syllabus and what is the weightage of the chapters. Clear? What I feel is, unless and until you know the weightage of your syllabus, how question paper is designed, you will not be able to understand the concepts. So first thing now, sir, syllabus. Syllabus and weightage. Clear? Syllabus and weightage. Very simple. Sir, you have 5 chapters. Clear? In your syllabus, you have 5 chapters. I think I'll show you here. So these are your 5 chapters. This one. Clear? So these are your 5 chapters. One is automated business process. Clear? Second one is financial and accounting systems. Third one is information systems. Fourth one is e-commerce, and fifth one is core banking solutions. So these are the 5 chapters listed in your ICAI website. Here. So I'll give you, this is chapter name, and I also give you weightage. Clear? This is your chapter name and this is the weightage of the chapters. So chapter 1, what we have is automated business process. Clear? Automated business process. Sir, this chapter is important for 15 marks. Clear? This chapter is important for 15 marks. Chapter number 2, we have financial and accounting systems. Clear? And this chapter is important for 10 marks. Chapter number 3, we have information system. Information systems. Sir, this is important for 20 marks. Clear? This is important for 20 marks. Next. And up to 25 marks also, you half of these chapters questions may come from this chapter itself. We don't know. Clear? E-commerce, M-commerce, and emerging technologies. E-commerce, M-commerce, and emerging technologies. Sir, this is important for around 15 marks, 10 marks. Sorry, 15 marks. Clear? 15 marks. Next. Then again, No, sorry. This is important for 10 marks. And now we have last core banking solutions. Core banking solutions. It is important for 5 marks. So this is the weightage of your syllabus. We have 5 chapters. Sir, chapters are 5 only. We have only 5 chapters. But problem, sir, chapters are lengthy chapters. Clear? So 5 chapters and total is around 20, 30, 40, 60 marks. Clear? 60 marks. Question paper will be for 60 marks, not for 50 marks, including choice. I will explain that later. Clear? So this is your 60 marks ka weightage. So I expect everyone to please make a note of this so that again and again I need not let you know. So please make a note of this. Only this box you make a note. Any doubts to anyone as of now relating to what is syllabus weightage, anything? And in case if you have doubts, please, I cannot, what is up now? I cannot see your chat, so you can unmute yourself and please ask me the doubts. Done? Hello? Done, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And one more thing, please make the class interactive and aisa nahi ki I just keep talking and you keep silent. In between, you also don't talk. At least reply to me whenever I ask. You keep the class interactive. Then only theory subjects, especially EIS, will get interesting. Clear? And remember one thing, as everyone tells, it is not a theory topic. Sir, every concept I'm going to teach you in a practical way. How exactly it is there in the book and how to use them in a practical world. Clear? Now. Sir, next important thing what we need to know is, sir, question paper pattern. This is very important because many students, sir, leave about after completion of syllabus. On the day of exam itself, many people do not even know how questions are going to come. So next we have is question paper pattern. Clear? Question paper pattern. Sir, how questions are asked here? Sir, question paper pattern mein there are two parts. Clear? Your EIS ka question paper has two parts. EIS के क्वेश्चन पेपर में you have two parts. Part A, Part B. Clear? Now, sir, ये Part A में in Part A, MCQs will be there. Clear? Multiple choice questions. Clear? In Part A, you have multiple choice questions. In Part A, you have multiple choice questions. Again, here we have two bifurcations. Again, in multiple choice questions, we have two bifurcations. So this you have to feed in your brain. Simple question paper pattern you have to feed in your brain, because whenever I go to a particular concept, I'll tell you, this is important for MCQ part A. This is important for theory part B. In theory, is it important for case law or is it important for normal question? So I won't repeat the question paper pattern again. I expect you to just feed in your mind. Clear? Part A may again we have here. Clear? Now, 5 questions. Clear? 5 questions into 1 mark. 5 marks. Clear? 5 questions into 1 mark, 5 marks. And another 5 questions into 2 marks, that is 10 marks. Clear? So this is your, like this your questions will come. 5 questions, 5 multiple choice questions for 1 mark each, that is 5 marks. And again 5 questions of 2 marks each, total 10 marks. So in simple words, part A will be for how many marks? Sir, 15 marks. Part A will be for 15 marks. Part A will be for 15 marks. And there will be no choice. There will be no choice in multiple choice questions. I repeat, there will be no choice in multiple choice questions. I don't get confused. Sir, A, B, C, D will be there. I'm not talking about this choice. I'm talking about all 10 questions are mandatory. Clear? All 10 questions are mandatory. Questions mein there will be no choice. A, B, C, D options they will give you. You can play KBC with them. That's not a problem. Clear? But internally, all 10 questions you have to answer. Clear? Now, so this is your multiple choice questions. Next, sir, part B. Sir, part B is for 35 marks. Clear? Part B is for 35 marks. Part B is for 35 marks. Again here, remember, two things will be there here. यहाँ पर again two bifurcations we have. Here again two bifurcations we have in second part. Clear? Now, here section A में, section A will be for 5 marks. Clear? Section A will be for 5 marks, and here you will have one question of 5 marks, and this is mandatory. Simple. This is mandatory, sir. No choice. You have to write. No other option for you. Clear? You have to write. No other option for you. So one question of 5 marks, and this is mandatory question. Clear? It is mandatory question. Next, again section B में, again sir यहाँ पर you have to remember there might be two types of questions. Here there might be two types of questions. One might be case law. Clear? One might be case law question, or second might be flow charts. Clear? Either they can ask for this 5 marks, either they can ask case law or they can ask flow charts. So I think law may you have case laws in the same way, not in that detail. You have also some case laws for EIS. That also we'll discuss later on. Then we have section B. Clear? Section B is for 30 marks. Section B is for 30 marks. Here 4 questions will be there. Question 2, 3, 4 and 5. Clear? Out of these 4 questions, attempt any 3. Simple. Attempt any 3. Attempt any 3. Clear? You have to attempt any 3. Answer every question will carry 10 marks. Clear? 10 marks into 3 questions will give me 30 marks. Clear? 10 marks for 3 questions will give me 30 marks. So here, so part A, I repeat, listen very carefully. Part A will be purely MCQs, nothing else other than MCQs for 15 marks. And there will be 10 questions. All 10 questions we have to write, no choice. Clear? So first 5 questions will be for 1 mark and next 5 questions will be for 2 marks. Next, part B may it is for 35 marks. Section A will be for 5 marks, mandatory question, which may come from either from case law or from flowchart. Section B may we have 4 questions, out of which any 3 you have to write, and every question will carry 10 marks. Sir, question will not be there for 10 marks. They can be 2 different options. They can come for like this. Something like this they will ask. like one 6 marks question and one 4 marks question, or they can ask something like this: 4 marks, 4 marks, 2 marks, or 5 marks one question, 5 marks. So any combination they can give you, but the maximum marks allotted for one question will be 6 marks. More than this, you won't get any question. Clear? So what I expect is you just make a note of this. Clear? Once you are done, we will start with this one chapter. Done?
Done, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Chalo. Now, let us understand what exactly are we going to study in our syllabus. Simple. क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं? What we are going to study. As I already told you, our syllabus is not about computers. Our syllabus is something about enterprise information systems. Clear? Our syllabus is about enterprise information systems. Enterprise information systems. Clear? No. First thing, as I already told you, we are not going to study anything about computers. We are going to study about information technology. But sir, what exactly is the difference between computers and information technology? Let us say this is a computer. Let us assume this small circle is a computer. So this circle is technology. So I can say a very small component of technology is nothing but computers. So we are not going to study anything from micro concept. We are only going to study about macro concept. So whenever we are going to study our syllabus is divided into three parts. Clear? Every concept we have to learn in three different ways. Clear? Every concept we have to learn in three different ways. One is meaning, second one is risk, and third one is control. I repeat, everything we have to study in three different ways. One is meaning, second one is risk, and third one is control. Let us say, for example, uh, let us say, for example, PUBG. Clear? PUBG. I hope everyone might have heard about the word or a game called PUBG. Now, PUBG meaning to I cannot tell you. I hope everyone knows. Now, tell me what is the risk of PUBG playing PUBG? There are many hackers. There are many hackers who are hacking. There are many hackers who are hacking PUBG game, and they are able to win the game every time they play the game. Every time they are playing the game, they are able to win the game because of some hacking. That is called what? Risk. But sir, how to ensure the risk is not there? That is called as what? Control. I repeat, something which will give me negative impact is called what? Risk. And something which will avoid my risk is called as what? Control. So every concept we are going to divide into three parts, meaning, risk and control. So risk and control say he, your 70% of syllabus will come. Your 70% of your syllabus is risk and control only. Clear? Now let us start with information systems. Now, sir, why you think information technology we have to study? Why exactly according to you? See, normally what students think is, sir, if I wanted to study something about IT, I would have gone to engineering. Simple question. Sir, if I want to study anything related to technology, I would have gone to something called क्या है अपना ये engineering. Why will I come to CA? What is the reason that nowadays chartered accountants are being asked to study about technology? Why? I'll tell you a simple reason. I hope you have heard about audit. Did you hear a word about auditing? Hello, you're able to listen my voice? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So have you heard about the word called audit?
Yes, sir.
No. I'll tell you one simple example. Flipkart. I hope everyone might have heard about Flipkart once in your life at least. Sir, Flipkart, can you tell me how many, I'm not talking about value, how many invoices are generated by Flipkart in one day? How many invoices are generated? Invoices are generated in one day, in a day by Flipkart. Any idea? 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 1 crore. How many? I'll tell you, throughout the world, Flipkart generates 1.4 billion. I repeat, 1.4 billion invoices every day. I repeat, 1.4 billion invoices are generated by Flipkart every day throughout the world. Every day. Sir, 1.4 billion means 140 crores multiplied by 365. I'll tell you, I'll calculate and tell. Calculator है अपने पास 140 into 365. Sir, these are around 51,500 crore invoices are generated in a year. By whom? Flipkart. I'm not talking about 51,500. I'm talking about 51,500 crore invoices are created by Flipkart. Now tell, is it practically possible to print it? इतना पेपर कहाँ से आता? How much ink you think it is practically possible? And sir, this accounts for 8.9% of total invoices in India. It means on an average, 9% of the invoices generated in India are generated by this fellow Flipkart only. Is it practically possible for you to print these invoices? Sir, impossible. Impossible. Now let us assume these are the three students. Clear? These are the three students who are going for audit of Flipkart. These are the three students who are going for Flipkart office for audit. ये अपने Flipkart का computer पे they are doing audit. This is Flipkart audit they are doing. Now tell how many days it will take for you to verify 51,500 crore invoices. Sir, you will die. Your children will die. Your grandchildren will die. Your great grandchildren will die. Sir, your upcoming 100 generations also will not be able to verify so many invoices. It's practically impossible. So in simple words, whenever financial audit is not possible, which audit is possible? Something called systems audit. So in simple words, which audit we are going to study? It is called as technology audit. It is also called as system audit. It is also called as information system audit. Clear? Now, what exactly do we mean by information system audit? That we'll see later on. But now, at this point, you have to be very careful. Now, how many types of audits are there basically as of now in your syllabus? two types of audits are there. Let me differentiate between two types of audit. Clear? One is information system, clear, information system audit, and the other one is financial audit. Clear? Financial audit. One is information system audit and second one is financial audit. Clear? Let us take the differences between these two. Now, sir, point number one. Now tell me who can go for audit? In first thing, who will do audit? Who will do audit? Simple question. Audit कौन करता? Who will do audit?
CA.
CA. Very good. So to become a financial auditor, I need to be a CA plus I need to have something called certificate of practice. Simple. I repeat, in order to go for financial audit, I need to be a CA plus I need to have a certificate of practice after qualifying CA. But sir, to become an information system auditor, it's not that easy. I'll tell you what happens. I should become a CA plus I should apply for COP plus I need to do a course called CISA, Certified Information System Auditor, plus 5 years post qualification articleship. Post qualification articleship is required. Sir, after studying so much, sir, first I will do CPT, then I will do IPCC, then I will do articleship, then I will do final, then I will become CA. Sir, after becoming CA, again I have to write one more exam called CISA. After that, after qualifying, again 5 years of experience I require as an articleship. After doing so much, I will become what? I will become someone called system auditor. Clear? So this is the difference number one. Who will do financial audit? A normal CA plus a COP. Who can do system audit? You need to be a CA, you need to have certificate of practice, you need to be a CISA qualified person plus 5 years post qualification articleship you require. Clear? Then only you will be qualified to do systems audit. Number two. Clear? Number two. Any doubts in point number one? Anyone, any doubts in point number one? No doubts, right? Now, let us go to point number two. Sir, tell me, is it now, is financial audit mandatory? Is financial audit mandatory? Tell, I don't know whether audit has started or not. Simple question, if you have, just tell yes or no. Is financial audit mandatory? Yes, it is mandatory for all companies. Mandatory for all companies. Mandatory for all companies. Clear? Sir, financial audit is mandatory for all companies. But when it comes to system audit, it is mandatory. Clear? It is mandatory only for. It is mandatory only for these organizations. Clear? Banks who are registered with RBI. Simple. Banks who are registered with RBI. It is mandatory for banks who are registered with RBI. Clear? It is mandatory for insurance company. It is mandatory for insurance company registered with IRDAI. It means Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. Clear? IRDAI. Next. And it is also mandatory for stock exchanges. Clear? Stock exchanges. It is also mandatory for stock exchanges registered with SEBI. Clear? Securities Exchange Board of India. I repeat, financial audit is mandatory only for all the companies, it's mandatory. But for system audit, it is mandatory for banks which are registered with RBI. It is mandatory for insurance companies registered with IRDAI. It is also mandatory for stock exchanges registered for SEBI. For all others, it's optional. For all others, it's optional. Clear? For all others, it's optional. Now let us say, tell me, Pawan Goyal classes. Is it mandatory for Pawan Goyal classes to go for system audit or it is optional? Is it mandatory for Pawan Goyal classes to go for
Optional,
system audit? Optional.
sir.
Simple. Optional. Optional. Why? Because it is neither a bank nor PGC is an insurance company nor it is a stock exchange. Clear? Now, one more example. यहाँ पर students will get confused. I don't know whether you people may or may not see it. Reliance Industries Limited is a listed company. Clear? Reliance Industries Limited is a listed company. Tell me, is it mandatory for this company to go for system audit? Reliance Industries Limited is a listed company. Its shares are available in stock exchanges. Is it mandatory for to go for system audit?
No, sir.
No. Why? Because it is a
No, sir.
company, not a stock exchange. We were talking about stock exchanges. SBI, is it mandatory?
Yes, sir.
No. Have you heard about Punjab
Yes,
National
sir.
Bank scam?
Nirav
Punjab
Modi.
National Bank, 11,000
Yes, sir.
crores. Nirav Modi.
Nirav Modi.
So I don't know whether you know in detail or not. That particular scam was conducted only because that scam was successful only because information system audit was not conducted. Information system audit was not conducted for Punjab National Bank, that branch. That is why this issue has come. I will explain you in detail about how this scam has happened and how to identify these scams as an auditor when we go to relevant chapter. Clear? Next. Point number 3. Point number 3. Sir, basically, let us say input is there, processing is there, and output is there. Clear? First, what will be there? Input. From input, what will happen? Processing. From processing, what will happen? Output. Let us take an example that input, let us take an example that input is, let us say, example, input we have is, what we can say, let us say a bill. Clear? Input is bill. After I enter into Tally, it will process it, and output by what it will give me? Output by it will give me financial statements. Clear? Financial statements. So input I'm giving as bill. I'm entering the bill in Tally, and then what is happening? It is processing, and then output is given to me as financial statements. Now, input and output, that is bill and financial statements, are always verified by, I repeat, inputs and outputs are verified by whom? These two things are verified by financial auditor. Clear? Financial auditor. So who verifies inputs and outputs? Financial auditor. This is called as black box approach. Black box approach. Clear? This is called as black box approach. Now, sir, input also financial auditor is verifying. Output also financial auditor is verifying. Sir, what is pending now? Processing. Who will verify processing? Information system auditor, which is called as white box approach. Clear? Which is called as white box approach. Clear? So point number 1. Now tell, sir, financial auditor verifies what? Inputs and outputs. Inputs and outputs, which is technically called as black box approach. Clear? No. Sir, who verifies processing? Information system auditor. That is why it is called what? Verifies processing. And this is technically processing is called which approach? White box approach. Clear? White box approach. White box approach. Any doubts in first 3 points? Clear? So every transaction में 3 things will be there: input, processing, output. Input is verified by financial auditor. Output is also verified by financial auditor. Then what will I verify as a system auditor? We are going to see what? Processing. Simple. We are going to talk about processing. Next, number 4. Sir, financial audit is conducted every year. Conducted every year. Simple. Sir, every year, financial audit is conducted. Every year, financial audit is conducted. But sir, system audit is conducted once in, I repeat, system audit is conducted once in 3 years. Once in 3 years. Clear? So, financial audit is conducted every year, mandatory. And sir, how many years may once we conduct system audit? Once in 3 years. Now, as I already told you, sir, ye Flipkart Pay 51,500 crore invoices are there to verify. I will give you two options. Sir, option number one may go to client place, and day and night 24 hours you sit and keep verifying. Option number two, mein, what will I do? I will go to server. I will explain what is server later on. I will go to the server of Flipkart, and in server I will install a software. What I'll do? I'll go to Flipkart के head office में. In the head office के server में, what will I do? I will install a software. Now, after installing the software, I'll come back and sleep. All the audit will be done by software. After 1 week or 10 days of audit, software will generate an audit report. I will take a printout, sign, and give it to my client. Which is better? You doing all the work and hard work, or software doing and you signing? Which is better according to you? Software doing the work for you to make it easy, or you doing the hard work? In today's world, which is better? When you start doing the work, it's practically impossible to verify 51,500 crore invoices, almost 50 crore invoices. It's more than the relief package given by Modi yesterday. Now, so tell me, systems audit is conducted. I repeat, systems audit is not manual. It is automated. Clear? And when we talk about financial audit, it is manual. Clear? It is manual. Clear? Now, sir, which law is applicable for financial audit? Many laws. Multiple laws are applicable for financial audit. One is company law. Clear? Company law is there, and PF Act is there. Then we have ESI Act is there. Then bonus law is there. There are so many laws and acts which are applicable for financial audit. But sir, for information technology audit, only information technology Act 2008 is applicable. Simple. So which law is applicable for our audit? Whatever audit we are going to do, we are going to study all chapters based on which act? Information Technology Act 2008. Clear? So point number one, whenever we talk about in systems audit, there is a lot of difference between systems audit and financial audit. Sir, I want to do financial audit. CA plus COP is enough. Sir, I want to go for systems audit. What is important? Sir, I need to be a CA, have a COP. I need to complete CISA. Sir, CISA is not an Indian exam. It's an international exam. And the result throughout the world, I'm not talking Indian result, throughout the world is only 3.5% result throughout the world, not only in India. Throughout the world, the result for CISA is only 3.5%. After passing that, after qualifying that, again 5 years post-qualification experience I require. Next, sir, financial audit is mandatory for all companies. System audit is mandatory only for bank, insurance companies and stock exchanges. For all other people, it is optional. Who will verify inputs and outputs? Financial audit, which is called as black box approach. So who will verify processing? System auditor, which is called as what? White box approach. System audit is conducted once in 3 years. Financial audit is conducted every year. Sir, which audit is manual? Financial audit. Which audit is automated or online? You can say basically that is systems audit. Sir, there are many laws, thousands of laws which are applicable for financial audit, but only one law is applicable for systems audit. What is that? Information Technology Act 2008. Clear? Anyone has any doubts in any of the points? So can you please?
Sir, can a system auditor be a
Yes.
financial
I can be
auditor?
a system auditor, financial auditor, both, but not for the same company. Let us say, for example, I am appointed as a financial auditor by TCS. I cannot be a system auditor for TCS, but I can be a system auditor, financial auditor for TCS, system auditor for Reliance Industries. Clear? I cannot act as both financial and system auditor for the same company, but for different companies, yes, it is possible. Any other doubt, anyone? So please make a note of it. Once you are done, then we can start with next concept. So this is very important for multiple choice. Clear? These differences are very important for multiple choice questions. Note down somewhere, multiple choice के लिए very important.
That's all.
Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So, okay. So now, as you already know what is the what you're going to study, let us now understand the subject first. Clear? As I already told you, we need to learn everything in three different ways. Let us start with information systems. Clear? No. Your subject name is Enterprise Information Systems. Enterprise Information System, which is also called as Business Information System. Clear? Business Information System or Enterprise Information System. So let us now understand what exactly do we mean by information system. Sir, whatever I am going to explain the meaning of information system throughout the syllabus, that will be useful for you. Now, so now let us understand information system. So information system used in business is called business information system. But now let us understand what exactly do we mean by information and what do we mean by system. Clear? Now, so let us divide this concept into two parts. First, let us understand what is information. Then we will understand what is system. Clear? So information. First, let us understand what exactly do we mean by information. First, let us understand what is information. Then we will understand what is system. Then we will understand what is information system. Normally, what happens is many of my students message me, "Sir, मैं बहुत अच्छा लिखा exam. I've written very well, but still I'm not getting marks." Normally, this concept is for just 1 mark. But recently, they have given this question for 6 marks. What is information system? And what did my students do? Not only by any student you take, what they have written, any system which is used by business is called as business information system. Done. And they were expecting to get 6 marks, which is correct, which is completely incorrect. Depending upon the type of answer, you need to design the answer. Now, so point number one, sir, what exactly do we mean by information? Information means data. I repeat, information means something. I repeat, something which is, I repeat, information, something which is irrelevant. I repeat, something which is irrelevant, or you can say something which is clear. Either you can say something which is irrelevant or something which is basically what? Useless. Clear? Something which is useless. I repeat, something which is irrelevant or useless is called as what? Information. I repeat, something which is useless or something which is irrelevant is called as information. Clear? Now, then we have something called data also. This is point number one. Point number two. Clear? Point number two. Rather than writing like this, let me write something like this. I'll write in a manner in which you have to write in exam. Point number one. Data which is useful, is called or you can write like this, data which is useful and relevant. Clear? Data which is useful and relevant is considered as what? Information. Clear? Is considered as information. Clear? So data which is useful and some data which is relevant is called as what? Information. But sir, what is data? What is data? Data is something which is useless and irrelevant. Clear? I repeat, data is something which is useless and irrelevant. I am using a word and not or. It means it should be useless also, it should be irrelevant also. Then only it will become what? Then only it will become data. But sir, data, when I convert data when I convert something useless to useful, I convert something irrelevant to relevant. It becomes what? It becomes information. Clear? So I repeat, something which is useful and something which is relevant is called as what? Is called as information. Remember one thing, in exam you, if you have to score, in exam you have to score, you have to write keywords. I repeat, in order to pass in EIS exam, you have to write something called keywords. Without writing keywords, you will not pass. Sir, keywords are there, you write answers in your own way. Normally what students think is, in theory paper, whatever is given in the book, that only we have to write. Wrong. You write in your own words, no problem. You write in your own words, but remember to write something called keywords. Keywords are very important. I'll tell you, for every answer from now, I will give you keywords. Keywords ke liye which color I'll use? I'll use red color. Clear? Keywords ke liye from now I will use red color. That keywords compulsory should come in exam. Rest everything you write in your own words. Now see, data, useful, relevant. These three are keywords in paragraph number 1. Clear? In point number 1. I have written like this. Data which is useful and relevant is considered as information. You need not write in that way. You write like this. To be considered as information, data should be useful and relevant. Or you can write relevant and useful data is considered as information. Clear? Use relevant and useful data is also called as information. You write in your own way, no problem. But remember, keywords are very important. Now, let us say for example, let me go to one website called makemytrip.com. Let us go to one website called makemytrip.com. Now, let me take a screenshot. No. So now, sir, I want to go to Delhi. By flight. Clear? I want to go to Delhi by flight. See here, so many things are available here. See, so many things are available here. So many things they have given here. Sir, I can go by flight to Delhi. Clear? I can go by cab also. I can go by train also. I can go by bus also. I have 4 different ways to go to Delhi. I repeat, I have 4 different ways to go to Delhi. One is flight, second one is cab, third one is train, fourth one is bus. Clear? Now, I prefer to go to Delhi by flight. Now tell, is flight information relevant to me? There are multiple ways to travel. To Delhi. You are able to see the screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell. Sir, there are multiple ways. I can travel by flight, I can travel by cab, I can travel by train, I can travel by bus. I prefer to travel by flight. For me, flight information, is it relevant or irrelevant? For me, flight information is relevant or irrelevant.
अरे EIS सब्जेक्ट नोट क्या करूं?
कांग्रेस से बंधना था कल बताया इतना 20 लाख फंड दे रहा और CII क्या है, PM क्या है,
CIS Confederation of Indian Industry.
Can you
उसका क्या सिस्टम है, कैसा रहता है,
Sai, can you please switch off your mic and talk? Yeah. If you want to talk with someone at your home, I request you to please switch off your mics and talk. Otherwise, it will disturb everyone. So we were here. So simple question, sir. I want to travel by flight. Clear? Now tell me, will I search for flight information or will I search for train information? For me, I want to travel by flight. Sir, flight details for me is called as what? Information. Why? It is important to me. It is relevant to me. I don't want to go by cab. I don't want to go by train. I don't want to go by bus. So cab, train and bus details are considered as for me what? Data. Why? They are useless. Clear? I want to travel to Delhi. I'm going by flight. So I'll search for flight information. So flight is what? Information. Cab, train and bus. Are they relevant to me? or they useless for me? They are completely useless for me as of now. That is why it is called what? Data. Let us say I want to come back from Delhi to Hyderabad now. I want to come back from Delhi to Hyderabad. What I'll do? I want to come by train. I want to come by train. Now train will become what? Train will become information. Bus, cab and flight will become what? Data. So can I say something which is information can be converted into data? Can I say, can data be converted into information? Simple. Earlier when I was traveling from Hyderabad to Delhi, I wanted to go by flight. That is why flight was information for me. While coming from Delhi back to Hyderabad, I want to travel by train. Train is what? Information for me. Now can you tell me simple words mein, can I say information can be converted into data. Clear? Information can be converted into data, and data can also be converted into information. Clear? So point number 1, sir, what is information? Sir, data which is useful for me, data which is relevant for me is called as what? Information. Clear? Now, something which is useless and irrelevant for me is considered as what? Data. Can I convert data into information? Yes. Sir, can I convert an information into data? Yes. I want to travel by flight. On Make My Trip, flight is what for me? Information. I want to travel by bus. Bus is called what? Information for me on Make My Trip. Clear? No. Any doubts in what is data, what is information? No. Sir, you are doing CA course. Clear? You are doing CA course. Sir, which level of CA are you right now? Which level of CA are you right now? Which level of CA you are studying right now? See, unless you give reply, I won't be able to understand whether you are able to listen or not, whether you are understanding or not. As I already told you, I want my class to be interactive. Otherwise, I won't be able to teach you. First of all, it's an online class. Tell me first, which level are you studying right now? Foundation, inter, or final?
Inter.
Inter. Clear?
Intermediate.
You are studying intermediate. You are studying intermediate. Your foundation is it foundation ka material? Is it relevant for you? No. Inter ka
No, sir.
material, is it relevant for you? Yes. Final ka material, is it relevant for you? No. So can I say foundation ka material and final ka material is what for you? Data. Intermediate ka material, since it is useful for you, can I say it is information? Simple. So something which is useless for you is called what? Is called as data. Something which is useful for you is called as what? Information. So every time, now let us say once you move into CA final, sir, foundation will remain data. Then what happens? Intermediate also will become data. Final ka material will become what? Information. Earlier, inter material was information for you, and final ka material was data for you. Once you cleared IPCC or inter and go into final, what will happen? Final ka material will become what? Information, and inter ka material will become what? Inter ka material will become data. So am I able to convert information to data? Yes. Am I able to convert data into information? Yes. That is practically possible. It all depends upon situation to situation. Depending upon the questions what they are asked in our examination, we'll see which one is data, which one is not. Clear? Now, second we have is system. Clear? Second we have is system. So first we have seen what is information. Let us now see what is system. So system is a combination of three things. System is a combination of three things. Set of interrelated component activities. Clear? Set of interrelated activities working collectively. Clear? Set of interrelated activities working collectively for a common goal. Clear? For a common goal. It is what? It is a set of what? Interrelated activities plus working collectively plus for a common goal. I repeat, anything which is interrelated to each other. Anything which is interrelated to each other, working together for a common purpose. That is called what? System. Let us say, for example, interrelated means dependent or independent. Interrelated means dependent on each other. I repeat, interrelated means dependent on each other. Interrelated means dependent on each other. Dependent on each other. Clear? Now let us say this is a human body. In human body, let us say kidney, heart, clear, lungs, and stomach. All these components will work differently. Can kidney tell to heart? Can kidney tell to lungs? Can kidney tell to stomach that today I will take rest, you three people work? Tomorrow can heart tell I want to sleep for some time, you please manage kidney, lungs and stomach? Can stomach tell, Arey, I won't work today, mere ko neend chahiye, I'm feeling very sleepy, you work? No. Sir, kidney is dependent on heart, lungs, stomach, brain. Heart is dependent upon kidney, lungs, stomach, brain. Every component of your human body is dependent on each other. That is called what? Interrelated. And they are working together. And why your heart, kidneys, lungs and all are working together? What is the main objective? To ensure that you are alive. Simple. Again an example, one more example, fan. Let us assume this is fan. Sir, fan mein motor will be there. Fan mein wire will be there. Fire mein electricity will be there. Fire mein wings will be there. There are so many things. Motor cannot work unless and until it is connected to wire. Wire will not supply electricity unless and until electricity is there. And all these three things will ensure that wings will rotate and what? Air will pass. So in simple words, anything, I repeat, anything which is connected to each other and they are working together for a common goal is called what? System. But are we going to study about all the systems or only about information system? So we are going to learn only about information system. So now let us understand what is information system. Let us understand what is information system. Clear? Any system, I repeat, any system which provides information is called information system. Clear? I repeat, any system which provides information is called information system. If you have any doubts, I repeat, if you have any doubts, if you ask, will I be able to clear or not? I repeat, you have any doubts, can you ask me? Yes. Can I clear? Yes. Am I an example of information system? Yes. I am also an example of information system. I'm asking you to be active and you're in between you're talking. That is again called what? System. Information system. Clear? So anything which provides information is called what? Information system. Sir, you want to know the exam dates. I want to know the exam dates of what, let us say, for example, I'll go to Google and type iPhone 12. I'll just go to Google and type iPhone 12. I want to know information about iPhone 12. And what I click on this website. I want to know something about iPhone 12. I click on this website. Now tell me, which website is providing me this information? Hindustan Times. Can I say Hindustan Times is an example of information system? Yes. Why? It is providing me information relating to iPhone. Now, I want to know the biggest question what everyone wants to know. When will, see here, before me searching only someone has already searched, when will lockdown end in India? I'll click on this one. Again, Times of India is providing me some information relating to lockdown. See here. Now again, Times of India is providing me some information relating to lockdown. So can I say this is also an example of information system? Yes. So anything or anyone who is providing information is called as what? Information system. Clear? No. Whenever we talk about information systems, sir, information systems are of two types. Information systems are of two types. Clear? There are two types of information systems. Manual information system, and second one is automated information systems. Clear? No. Faculty is an example of what? Sir, faculty is an example of manual information systems. Human beings are example of manual information systems. Clear? And then we have automated information systems. Example, sir, makemytrip.com is there. If you want to know about your results, ICAI.org is there. You want to know about degree exams, ou.ac.in, Osmanian University.ac.in is there. Clear? You want to know about corona cases, Government of India ka website is there. So any website which is providing you information or any device which is providing you information is called as what? Is called as information system. Now one more example I'll give. I don't know whether music app is there in my, I don't know whether music app is there in my iPad or not. What will I do? I'll just go here and type music. See, automatically when I type music, MU, what is happening here? It is showing with the list of music applications in my iPad. So can I say, sir, the search option also, can I say the search option also is an example of what? Information system. So somewhere if you are getting information, that is called what? Information system. Sir, my mobile is also an example of information system. My laptop is also an example of information system. Pawan Goel classes ka website is also an information system. And you are even using right now which app? Google Meet app. That is also an example of what? Information system. By using that only, I'm providing classes to you. So throughout the world, we are only involved where? In information system. And but one more thing, we are not going to learn anything about, our syllabus does not have manual information systems. Our syllabus has only automated information systems. Clear? So point number one, tell me which is something which is useless is what? Data or information. Useless things. Data or information.
Data.
Something which is useful. Information. Clear? No. Can I convert data into information?
Yes.
Can I convert information to data?
Yes.
So one more question. Can information be same for everyone? For me, what is information? For you also it will be information only, or it might be different?
No, sir.
Different.
For some it will be data.
For some it will be data, for some it will be information. Clear? Now, sir, anything which provides me data, anything which provides me information is called what? Any system which provides information is called what? Information system. How many types of information systems are there? Two: manual and automated. Clear? Website is an example of automated information system. Faculty is an example of manual information system. Clear? So our syllabus where we are going to study only about automation, not about manual. Please make a note of this. This is just an introduction to information system. In detail we will see tomorrow. Just make a note of it.